recording it, so. Oh! Episode 1! Episode 1!
What is up, everyone?
Good night.
Good
Super
night,
hyped for this. Super hyped. Lyndon, Jared. Folks, what you're looking at is the first episode of sales as a profession.
Yeah. It's actually, the goal behind this is to really give everybody the tools and nuggets to be better in their job of sales. Because it's something that we are ourselves are passionate about.
Yes.
So,
super passionate about. We speak about this all the time. And I mean, just to start it off, Lyndon, what's your social media handle so people can follow you?
You can follow me at Lyndon_Braffett on the Instagram. And honestly, I can't remember the others, so I'm just
Patsy, you can't remember Patsy?
Oh yeah, and at Patsy, Instagram and also on Twitter.
Right, and you can follow me, my full name, Jared Bestmichel, JarodBestmichell. Follow us, right? So, we're going to start off, just to get a little to know us, because we know a lot of people here know us already, but let's just kind of give you a little bit of sales insight, because for me, I have two personalities, two aspects that I do. So, I'll let Lyndon take off what he does, and then I'll talk what he does, and then we'll touch base on the first topic, which is the mindset of a sales professional. What you need, how your mind needs to be in order for you to be successful. So,
yeah, go.
Yeah.
And this uses unlimited data, so it has to be vertical.
It's actually polished me to be a better sales professional. And over that time, what we've been able to do, what has helped me to do, is help ingrain the right tools and mindsets for those folks that's actually coming into sales. And it never mattered to me as to whether you're coming in to work with us and you had 20 years experience. What I always found is that there was always something that you were going to learn in relation to sales, and at the same time I would learn from you.
Nice.
For sales.
Lovely. Yeah. So that was your history too. So you're at Massey right now?
Currently at Massey.
Lovely. So for my history, I'm actually currently the sales manager at Samsung for Trinidad, in charge of mobile. I think for everybody who knows me, sales has been my life. I enjoy it. Remember the golden rule, nothing happens until a sale is made.
That's true.
You cannot hire HR, you cannot hire IT, you cannot hire admin. You have to sell first, which is an important point that everybody at the end of the day eventually sells.
Everybody sells.
Everybody.
Doesn't matter what it is, it's a sell, it's a sale.
We have somebody who joined us, so I just want to say good night.
Good night to you.
You message and put something in the group so we can see. Right? So my history in terms of sales has always gone back to the point of, so I was in Samsung, I was in Digicel, Nokia, Microsoft, DHL, and it really started to build my mindset in terms of selling and really trying to understand what companies need to do to be successful and then what individuals need to do to be successful. So I have been sharing that, and as I say, the reason for us doing this video, doing this Facebook Live, putting it up on YouTube is that it's not just to share, it's to make sure we share it with as many people as possible to share our point of views. Right? So, I mean, on that topic, what is the mindset of a successful sales professional?
Yeah. And you guys can feel free to make your comments or give your points at the same time, right?
Yes.
Those of you that would agree. And even if you're not into sales, you can maybe give some examples of a good sales interactions that you've had and indicate one key thing that you think that made that transaction good or made that salesperson good, So let me start. Right? A couple of things in relation to the mindset. One, you need to have a purpose. Really and truly. You need to have a purpose of why it is or a reason as to why
it is goals.
You must have it. That's correct.
So you don't trust sales people unless they have you don't hire somebody unless they have a goal in their life.
Well, then you're going to be a hustler. Yeah? And then being a hustler, you just want to be able to move something, a product or a service and stuff like that. You're not really a professional in terms of giving the customer exactly what it is that they're actually looking for. Right? So you must have a purpose in terms of what it is that you want to be able to achieve. And if it's one thing that I've always learned, or that always stuck with me with Earl Nightingale, where he says, your income is dependent, your income is directly proportional to what you do, how well you do it, and the degree of difficulty in pursuing it. So that means that you have to be very good at what it is that you're doing, right? Correct. So now people can be very good hustlers, but at the same time, if you're going to build yourself into a profession, and you must also understand is that even if you are in sales, you are providing a service, right? You want to be able to do very, very well in terms of what you're delivering to the customer, solution, product, whatever it is. So you need to have that mindset that, excuse me, that you need to be on top of your game and you need to have a purpose and deliver the right thing.
Correct. One of the things I always keep in mind, and we were mentioning this yesterday when we did a little Instagram live, was that, like for me, my top priority, like if you're hiring people, if you know you want to be successful in sales, is that no doesn't get you down. Like you can, like for example, if today you just finish your day and every single customer you visited told you no, it doesn't faze you. It gets you down, but it doesn't faze you where you say, oh God, everybody's going to tell me no tomorrow. No. You wake up the next morning like, okay, let's get a whole new set of people to tell me no. Because remember, the more people tell you no, it means you're getting really close to that person who's going to tell you yes. And to me, that's like a huge impact in terms of your mindset. Like, I remember managing some reps, and I remember one of the persons was like, no, when customers just tell me no, I get well down and I get demotivated to sell, and I'm like, well, then you cannot be a salesperson.
You can't.
You can't. Like, you could tell me I could get 100 no's and I just keep pushing. I know. I adjust my style, I adjust my strategy, but I keep going, and I think that's what you need to have. Like, you must have that strong mindset to know that it's not you they're telling no, it's your product or probably your approach, but not personally you they're telling no. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
And that's a bit of a character builder at the same time, Jared, because you have, there's a certain level of dexterity. People are going to always be resistant in the beginning. Is this person coming to sell me whatever, man? Yeah, but once you're being persistent and you're showing that you can actually add value, and again, I would always reiterate the fact, it doesn't matter what you're selling. You can be selling solutions to a business, or you can be selling something to an individual who walks into a store. It doesn't matter. Retail stores, it doesn't matter what it is.
Business doesn't
matter. Once you are
matter.
persistent in terms of what it is that you want to achieve, and you know that you have something that you can give to the client, you got to stick with it.
And you mentioned some key there. Value, guys. Value. Like a lot. You know, gets us a sales rep in a successful sales rep is when they realize that one, they can take rejection. Two, they understand the value of their product. But more importantly, they understand how the product helps their customer. I think that's how they get successful. Because they're not talking about my product does this. No, my product can help you achieve this, which is how they change the sentence because they understand it. So a lot of you out there, and even when I meet them, I remember talking to a group of sales professionals at the time, and the first question I asked them was, how many of you believe that the product and service you're providing is beneficial to your customer? And most persons were like, no. Half of them were like, and then the other half just put up their hand.
Right.
So the thing is, you don't necessarily need to believe in your product. If you believe the fact that it helps your customer, like you're on the right path. If you don't believe it, you're not going to be successful in sales.
Because then you see what that means is that if I come to you and I'm asking you, well, tell me why I should buy this, and you're not even sure confident enough to sell that to me, well, why am I even buying it in the first place?
Yeah, your mind not in the right place.
Yeah, that's the wrong. You're the wrong person talking to, because you're not giving me exactly as to what I need. And two, you can actually now, you're unable of moving me towards the next step in terms of me saying, you know what? All right, so it's confirmed that this is what I want. Let's talk price, let's talk options and that kind of stuff. So it's really important that you have that confidence. You know exactly what you're delivering in terms of your value to your clients.
Yep.
And you speak with confidence, knowing that this will be maybe the best option for you.
Yeah.
As I say that, I wanna indicate something at the same time too, right? One of the things in relation to sales, in terms of the mindset also, is that you can't be selfish. You can't always be looking at a client and thinking, well, this is going to be excellent close for me. No.
Actually, you could. Early in your game, you could. But like, if you're a seasoned sales professional, you're still thinking that you won't survive. And
you're not going to survive.
From very early on in the game, you have to build that long term. Like, if you just keep thinking the commission, like if your first thought is commission, when you deal with a customer, you're going to start losing it more and more. Because it's not about the money.
That's correct.
If you build the trust, if you build that value, you're just going to get the businesses. You're not going to have to work very hard. You just have to work really smart, which is hard in a sense, just a different aspect, as a different mindset.
Yeah, because that's selfish selling, because you're selling with you in mind. So you're thinking, well, I could sell the customer this big thing and get this particular type of commission. But at the end of the day, let's just say the client does buy it, right? And they go on with it. You used the term the other day, what is it? When the customer has a negative perception after they've already bought it.
Buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse, right?
Yep.
So I mean, many of us would have purchased something that we saw in the box at first. We have upsold it to someone who went home with it and say, listen, this is not doing exactly what I wanted it to do.
Yeah.
Right? So what happens next is that customer never comes back to us.
Never.
You lose the customer and they also will never refer you to anybody else.
100% won't be for you.
You know, so you
didn't think
really
of
have
that,
to
yeah.
take, you really have
You
to
really
take
think of that.
the interest of making sure that the customer is successful in terms of whatever it is they want to see.
Yep.
That's a terminology you're going to hear Jared and I talk a lot about in terms of customer success. Once the customer says, hey Jared, I really enjoy what it is you give me here, but this thing working.
Yeah.
It's easy for the customer to say, hey, talk to Jared. You want to get us whether it's phone or solution that's coming out of Massey. Talk to these guys, they know exactly as to what they're talking about. Once
Yeah.
you position yourself like that in terms of giving good service, then it makes it easy
Correct.
for you to move forward in terms of your career.
Or you need to get a phone call, Jared will tell you what's the best option, where to
Exactly.
get, like, all those things make a huge
Major
difference.
difference. Yeah.
So that's what you have to think. So like for me, again, when you think of sales guys, when you think of the mindset you need to have, yes, we're talking about a lot of stuff right now. Put yourself in the frame of mind to benefit the customer, not your pocket, not yourself, not the company. Think about benefiting the customer and you be in the correct mindset to achieve your goals, crush your targets, do everything that you want to do. Because if you focus on the customer last, trust me, that the commission is the last thing that's going to hit your pocket.
Yeah, that's correct.
Right? Because what that hits is customer complaints, customer hassles, time meetings, and you're not getting any commission. So trust us, you need to spend that time building that ability, building that mindset.
Another thing too, I really want to indicate to anybody that's looking into sales, you need to also be patient, right? And that patience comes from taking the time to learn all your products and your solutions, because it does require some learning. And some people, the learning curve can be this large, or some people can be pretty small. But you have to focus on what. So if Jared and I are getting into the same type of profession, and Jared is moving along a little bit faster, that means for the learning curve for him is much shorter. But that doesn't mean that I'm not good at what I'm trying to do, right?
Correct.
It just means that, okay, I have to put maybe a little bit more effort in to catch up to where Jared is, but I'm still putting in the required work.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do, guys. So, let me give you an example of my mindset, how I went along, and there were a couple other factors in this. So it included how much I enjoyed the job in general.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people don't have the correct mindset because sometimes they work in a shitty company. We understand, like that. We know that's a huge factor. But let's put it in the scenario where you're in a good company, enjoying yourself. So for me, one of your mindset you need to pay attention to is how you wake up every morning. And if you wake up every morning and your first thing is, I have to go to work, that's the wrong mindset, right? And it's not the wrong mindset for you, it's the wrong mindset for you to get the business and to benefit your customer. Because when they go and visit the client now, in order to try and get business, what they hear from you is,
Humdrum. Yeah, if everything I want to use negative, but well, first and foremost, you're going to become even before you get to the customer, the traffic, this and that and the other. Something happened within the organization. You're not in a positive frame of mind to do anything.
correct.
So you're right. You need to start today with the right mental mindset.
Yeah, you gotta think positive. Like, I'll give an example. Right now, and you see me talk about this more, like, for my mindset, I avoid negative words. So, like, try, hope, but, if, negative words.
Yep.
Right? Survive.
Can't.
Negative words. Can't.
That's a big
Everybody
one.
knows can't, but for me, everybody's think like, I'm gonna try and hit target. No, hit target.
Target.
I'm going to hit target. That's what you need to be saying. So like those are the mindsets you need to develop. A lot of them, sometimes you keep doubting yourself, and you should never doubt yourself. You need to remove all those things. And I reach a level now where I don't have it, but when you're early into sales, you're gonna have it. And you need to understand how to get out of it quickly, because you don't want to roll into a negative spiral.
Yeah.
And that's what happens sometimes to your mindset.
And I'll tell you, to add on to what Jared just said, is that when you start thinking like that, the only other, so you said, okay, I'm going to hit target, what that immediately does to your mind, I got this out of the book of The Magic of Thinking Big. As soon as you start telling yourself with those particular goals, the only other question is how, and that's where your mind begins to all the wheels begin. So, okay, what is it I need to do today? Later on, I'll give you, in the upcoming episodes, I'll give you guys a story as to how I ended up selling 3 cars, because I was in the automotive industry, in 1 week. And guess what time of the week that was? That was the last week of the month. Yeah, and I had 0 sales. But I kept thinking of how I was lying down 11 o'clock at night saying, how am I going to do this? And then I got an idea, I threw it out, but I'll give that story later on.
Yeah.
That's how we were able to do that.
So you need to have mindset. Something important too that Linda mentioned to you guys as well as that the learning curve in terms of how you want to study, learn stuff. And I wanna delve into that because in sales, what really helps your mindset and it's a confidence factor is when you not only know your product inside out, when you know your competitor's product inside out. Because your clients will show and tell you something from the competitor's views, and you could actually sit down and break down and tell them, no, guys, I can actually tell you bam, 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 A, B, C, D, this is what's going to happen. And you can do it with irrefutable facts, so that there's no way that you could ever doubt your product or service's ability. So that mindset of learning and always learning what's happening in your market is something that gets you to the top. Yeah. Not great, it gets you to the top.
And Jared has a massive pointer because it's not just about learning your product. And let's take it another step further, right? Mm-hmm. So you're learning your competitor, but you also need to know your customers' business.
Yeah.
So you need to know what is it that you're providing to them. That's to your clients. You need to know your competitors, and you need to know what is this customer doing that I can align my services or products specifically to them. And that's massive. So again, when you're talking that whole learning curve, you have to be prepared to take the time. You have to invest your time in terms of studying. And there's a lot of things that you have to study.
Especially if you want to be
right. Exactly. That's correct. If you want to be successful in business,
your mindset
you need to get your mind correct.
If you can get your mindset right, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Honestly, I don't know. And I think that's why, like, you and I have had so many discussions before we started this, which I think led to starting this, is the fact that,
correct.
Like, you meet so many sales reps that keep failing, and sometimes you might think it's the job that they're in, and yes, that might be a factor, but again, a lot of the times I see it's their mindset, right? And it's not an important mindset you need to have as a sales rep, the mindset, which I was going to say the negative word try, but I could say it a different way.
Right.
It's the mindset to do different things.
Correct.
Because I was going to say try different things, but you could do different things. Because you could do something that can help you achieve your target that's different from the norm. And I meet so many reps who are not willing to try anything whatsoever. Like, I'm sticking on this path. Like, this is the only path I know. I'm not going to veer off. I'm not going to do anything else. And then if I go to the long run, it's not working at all whatsoever. And then what happens to a lot of them is that they're forced to change. Yeah. Their mindset is forced to change.
The industry forces them to change, or the company forces them to change, and sometimes with that change, they're forced out of the organization because they're not getting better. They're not doing anything. And the company's making adjustments, and they're not doing it. You know, I'll add on to that here too. When you're willing to grow and develop yourself, like for instance for me, I made 4 changes in relation. I moved from finance, because I was a teller at one of the financial institutions, went into the automotive industry. You and I met at Digicel, and then now I'm at Massey. Each one of those verticals, one of those jobs was different from the next, but it was the one common component there was all sales.
Correct.
Right? So there wasn't, and every time I went into the other one, there were things that I would have techniques that I would have taken from one into the next. I took the skills of understanding finance and loans and stuff,
and applied it.
Then back to that went straight into automotive. I took the automotive sales style and brought it into digital. And I learned so much of digital at the same time I was now able to bring that into Massey. So you learn, and so but you have to be willing to take that step to say, okay, I'm doing this. Some people stay in one particular profession, see a profession forever, that's fine, you know, but if you're thinking of diversifying yourself and you want to move from one thing to the next, that's great, because again, at the end of the day, you will learn. Even if you are staying in the same organization, try to broaden your scope in terms of learning as much as possible.
Correct.
You know? Because those things are really keys that it's going to help you develop as a sales professional.
Correct. So as we wrap it up, because one of the things we want to do is that we don't want to have like long, like Facebook Lives.
That's correct.
We want to keep it short, so reaching like a 20-minute mark. So I want to wrap it up and actually just say, name your top things you need to have as a mindset. Like, as we wrap it, what are the top things to have that mindset?
All right, so I'll just go back to exactly where we started. Well, I'll say from what we said yesterday. You have to be willing to take the no's, right, as they come. You also have to have a strong mental mindset in relation as to knowing that, okay, you have to have a purpose, right? You have to be willing to be creative.
So it must be goal-driven.
It must be goal-driven, yeah.
Right.
Because, again, you're going to get a piece of paper that's telling you this is your target for the year. You have to go out and get it. So whether you're not a goal-driven person, organization will say, these are your goals.
Yeah.
Right? And do what you have to do to drive to get it. And I think the most important one is understanding the fact that you're providing a service, and the better that you do, look at it like this. The more you do a good job, the better you will become at sales, and you'll have a lot more to gain out of that, whether it's money, and because you have many different rewards that come to you out of sales.
Yeah.
So be tough in terms of understanding that the no's are going to come, right? And use the no's to help polish it, right? Also be goals driven, and be willing to learn and develop yourself continuously.
For me, I agree with the same point. One, you must be able to take no for an answer. More importantly, as we get into it later on in some of the episodes, you need to understand your no's. Why were you told no? But overall, you need to be comfortable with being told no in sales, no matter how great your product is. Because trust me, there are people who say no to iPhone, there are people who say no to Samsung, there are people who say no to Massey. There are no's, no matter how great your product and service is. So hands down, you need to understand the no. The other thing, and it's something that it's minor, but it's so key. We talk with people who are goal driven, and goal driven to me is tied in with competitiveness. Because for me, I'm still very competitive. Like, I play a game online just to be competing purpose, because it has a ranking system.
Right.
So I every night I play like 2-3 games just to up my rankings and compete against other people. And if you don't have somebody who's competitive, who doesn't want to be at the top, I'm going to be worried. I don't think you're going to succeed at sales.
Yep.
Because if you're okay with being, I'll come fifth, you're not meant for sales, I'm sorry. Every salesperson has their mindset to be first. I want to be on top.
That's like Ron Burgundy, if you're not first, you're last.
Yeah. Exactly. Like actually too, you do two things. So like Ron Burgundy has, if you're not first, you're last. And then Will Ferrell did the Talladega Nights. And I always remember the post because Talladega Nights is when they're talking to him and he's like, well, I'm the best there is. Basically, I wake up in the morning and piss excellence. Hands down, that's how I feel.
Yeah.
That's if you want to ask me what's my mindset, Jared, what's my mindset? I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence.
Yep.
That's how you need to think of yourself. And the thing is, when you have that mindset and confidence, your customer feels it. Like hands down, they get that vibration from me.
Yeah, that energy comes.
Yeah, but if you wake up in the morning like, trust me, they're gonna feel that too. And I'm not gonna buy from anybody who's no. Right? So keep those things in mind, guys. Keep the right mindset, and it's gonna make you successful in sales no matter which job you're doing or who you're working for. Alright?
Yep.
So, these are the first podcast.
And the
First one.
first one, man.
Leave some comments if you want to hear anything particular topic that we can talk about. We are versed in many aspects. We will be able to help you, be able to provide advice. As we said, we have a lot of, not a lot, we have about 3 more persons that we will also invite as guests. We do in different locations, so right now we have rituals. We'll probably find a next location to do it next time, just to keep things good. But thank you for viewing, thank you for joining us. Click like, share it, give us your feedback, more importantly, to know how better we can make this for you.
And whatever it is you want to talk about, let us know.
Anything.
Yeah.
Talk about anything sales related. Alright?
Cool.
Later.
Peace.